The WWE Universe has just been rocked by a backstage revelation so explosive it could change the course of the entire company heading into SummerSlam. Moments before Monday Night Raw went live, secret footage leaked of a private and intensely heated meeting between Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the man who ruled WWE for over 3 years, and none other than Goldberg, the WCW legend and WWE Hall of Famer known for his dominance, ferocity, and unmatched win streak legacy. What were these two iconic warriors discussing? Why was the entire production team ordered out of the area before they began talking? And why was Paul Heyman, Roman's former wiseman and now a shadowy wildcard, seen lurking in the distance alongside Seth Rollins and Braun Breaker as the confrontation unfolded? The air in that hallway was said to be suffocating with tension. This wasn't a friendly handshake or casual reunion. This was war talk. This was a seismic collision waiting to erupt. Eyewitnesses claim Goldberg entered the room first, pacing like a lion in a cage, his fists clenched, his eyes wild with intensity. Roman Reigns walked in calm, composed, but unreadable, like a general surveying the battlefield. Then the shouting began. At one point, Goldberg was seen slamming his fist on the table, nearly toppling a water bottle off the edge, yelling, "You think you're untouchable? I've destroyed legacies greater than yours. I don't fear the bloodline, I break dynasties." Roman didn't flinch. He leaned in with a sinister grin and said coldly, "Then try me, Bill. But know this, I don't lose. And I never forget." The camera caught every inch of this intensity before abruptly cutting to a wide shot of Paul Heyman whispering into Seth Rollins' ear while Braun Breaker flexed and cracked his knuckles. It was a scene straight out of a political thriller, with loyalty, betrayal, and hidden agendas swirling like smoke around a firestorm. Was this a secret recruitment? Was Goldberg summoned as a final weapon in Heyman's chessboard to shatter the bloodline from within? Or was Goldberg acting alone, staking his claim for one last war, one last main event, one last soul-shaking moment in the spotlight? The timing couldn't be more strategic. Roman Reigns is battling a civil war within his own family, as Solo Sikoa's rebellion has splintered the bloodline into rival factions. Tomaloa, Hikuleo, Jeff Cobb, these are no longer just names on the roster, they are soldiers aligned with Solo's vision of domination, not Roman's. And in the middle of this chaos, Goldberg re-emerges with a target painted on Roman's legacy. SummerSlam could now be the battlefield where this all explodes. And then there's Zilla Fatu, the wild card, Roman's elusive cousin who's been lurking on the fringes of the bloodline conflict with unclear intentions. Reports now confirm he was seen pacing near the meeting room just moments before Goldberg stormed out without saying a word or offering a handshake, a silent declaration that this meeting was not about peace but unfinished business. Is Zilla preparing to pick a side? Could Goldberg be seeking allies of his own? Could this be the formation of a new anti-bloodline alliance, led not by Rollins or Heyman, but by Goldberg himself? All while Seth Rollins continues to build his own monstrous faction with Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed, and Money in the Bank looms like a ticking time bomb that could turn any moment of chaos into total collapse. And what of Paul Heyman? Once the master manipulator behind Roman Reigns' historic reign, he now appears to be playing every side, whispering into Rollins' ear while standing in the shadow of Roman's meeting with Goldberg. Is he orchestrating Roman's downfall from behind the curtain? Or is this part of some bigger plan to realign the pieces of the bloodline in ways we can't even predict yet? One thing is clear, this was not a friendly reunion between legends. This was a declaration of war. This was two alpha predators circling each other, testing the water before the final kill. The idea that Goldberg could step into the SummerSlam spotlight one more time to face Roman Reigns is no longer fantasy booking. It's now a looming possibility with nuclear implications. This wouldn't be for a title. This would be for pride, for legacy, for blood. Roman Reigns versus Goldberg. The head of the table versus the last gladiator. The Tribal Chief versus the Icon. And with Paul Heyman playing puppet master in the background, Zilla Fatu potentially ready to enter the war, Solo Sikoa tearing through everything Roman built, and Seth Rollins lurking with chaos in his back pocket, WWE is on the brink of an all-out civil war that could redefine the landscape forever. So smash that subscribe button, tap the notification bell, and sound off in the comments. Do you think Goldberg will end Roman's empire? Or will Roman Reigns remind the world why he is the final boss of this industry? The countdown to SummerSlam has just begun, and nothing will ever be the same. Breaking news has just rocked the wrestling world to its core as Roman Reigns was caught in what can only be described as a covert war council with none other than Goldberg just hours before Monday Night Raw went on air. The footage, now spreading like wildfire online, has left fans stunned and insiders scrambling for answers. What exactly did the Tribal Chief and the WCW icon talk about behind closed doors? Why was the entire production team cleared out during their intense meeting? And most importantly, what does this bombshell encounter mean for the future of WWE? Tensions are already sky-high as Roman's bloodline faces total disintegration from Solo Sikoa's uprising, and Goldberg's shocking WWE return has only added more fuel to a powder keg ready to blow. This secret meeting between two of the most dominant forces in wrestling history raises serious questions. Is Goldberg aligning with Reigns in a calculated power move, or is he issuing a direct challenge to the head of the table? Witnesses say the atmosphere was electric and confrontational, with Goldberg reportedly slamming his fist on the table and snarling, "You think you're untouchable? I've ended reigns far greater than yours." Roman Reigns, cool and unflinching, leaned in and responded with chilling confidence, "Then try me, Bill, but remember, I don't lose, and I never forget." That's when the camera cut to a shadowy figure in the background, Paul Heyman, silently observing the encounter from a distance. But he wasn't alone. Beside him stood Seth Rollins, arms folded, listening intently as Heyman whispered something inaudible. And behind them, Braun Breaker clenched his fists, eyes locked on the closed door like a man ready for war. The entire locker room is buzzing with speculation. Was this all part of Heyman's long game, a strategic misdirection to lure Roman away from the crumbling remains of his empire while Solo Sikoa consolidates power? Or was this an ambush disguised as a discussion, Goldberg laying the groundwork for one final match to cement his legacy at SummerSlam? Meanwhile, backstage sources have confirmed that Zilla Fatu, Roman's enigmatic cousin who has been lurking in the shadows of this bloodline civil war, was spotted just outside the meeting room moments before it ended. The implications are massive. Goldberg allegedly stormed out without shaking hands, a silent signal that this confrontation is far from resolved. And with rumors swirling that this could be Goldberg's last WWE match, all signs point to one outcome: a catastrophic, legacy-defining clash between the icon and the TR.